They hit 96 today. We're still at 85 in New Orleans. A lot of people out there enjoying the French Quarter tonight, and the dew point and humidity still high. So our feels like temperature well past 10 p.m. is still in the lower 90s. Again, today we tied our record high of 96 at the airport. We made it well into the 90s all across the area. And now we're in the 80s, or some of you upper 70s. One thing about today is our humidity, even though it was certainly high, it was just a little bit lower than it would have been to send our heat indices way high. So our heat index values pretty much topped out in the lower 100s. Still really hot, but it could have been worse. And our feels like temperature tonight ranging from the 70s to the lower 90s. Tomorrow, so many things happening, including, as we were saying, the Creole Tomato Fest. I have 95 for the high. That is tomorrow's record high at the airport. So I have us tying the record high tomorrow, as well as, of course, we already did today. Tonight, north of the lake, you may eventually get to about 70. South of Lake Pontchartrain, about 77 is expected. And then tomorrow again, 95. So hot, steamy feeling like up to maybe 103 or so. And our winds from the south. So take it easy outside. Remember to take breaks in the shade, all the usual stuff if you're going to be out and about doing things tomorrow during the daytime. Tonight, you can see we don't have a lot of rain expected. Tomorrow during the day, this is about all our model is coming up with because of just the weather pattern right now. We have nothing to really spark those showers and storms that might cool us off. But take a look at this. Moving into Monday, here we have a chance for a few spotty showers and storms, as we will have a bit of lift and plenty of moisture, so we may see a little bit of relief. The rain chance, I have about 20 to 30%, actually most days this week. Officially about 20. We may see if we nudge it up to about 30%. But this takes us all the way into the end of the week. And while we continue with a pretty boring kind of summer-like forecast, we'll also just be keeping our eye on what's happening in the Gulf of Mexico. Now, we're not expecting a significant development. We're not expecting a big system, but this is just a weather pattern that we have, a big, broad, low pressure area. And what this will do is just kind of send these slugs of moisture over Florida up the eastern side of the system, wrapping into Florida. So this could be a pretty big rainmaker for Florida. Notice the moisture heading that way. This takes us all the way through the weekend, and neither big global model has anything really tightening up at this point. I mean, we'll watch everything, but it just looks like this especially, and this is common for this time of year, just to be a rainmaker and kind of a big, broad, messy low. So we'll keep you updated if anything changes, but right now we are certainly just expecting rain on the eastern side of the system. That would mean maybe up to 5 or 10 inches of rain for parts of Florida. These exact numbers could change a little bit. This is going out the next 7 days. But where we are, sometimes when we have the system off to our east, we end up with not a lot of rain, even though it's close by. So the blues are indicating up to about 1 or so inches of rain. The global models, GFS and Euro, are actually forecasting like a 1/4 inch or a 1/2 inch of rain at the most for the entire week for New Orleans and our Mississippi coastal spots. So again, we're going to watch. It maybe wouldn't be bad for some of you. You might be interested in some rain to get a bit of cooling down and also maybe helping with plants and lawns. But we are looking for overall just a chance for a few spotty storms. And by the way, still officially no development expected in the next 7 days from the National Hurricane Center. So just kind of talking about the weather pattern that we have expected in the next week. So again, just the bottom line, broad low pressure in the Gulf, probably a rainmaker for Florida. Not as much here, I would guess. So too early to nail everything down, but that's what we're looking at. So what does that translate to for us? A long stretch of very familiar summer weather. Thankfully, our temperatures come down a little, but we're still talking about lower 90s. But we do have that chance for a few afternoon showers and storms to cool us off.